She's here to tell us what we need to know about fashion styling or fashion designing. Stay with me, I'll be right back to divulge who my guest on today's edition is. I'll be right back. Glad to know you're still watching EKTV channel 41, and this is the program Great Aunts. Like I said earlier, I'm with a fashion designer and she's Princess Ellen. You're welcome on the show.
Thank you so much.
Talking about fashion styling or fashion designing, what is fashion designing?
Fashion designing, let's take it one by one. Fashion, as it entails, fashion is a style, is a trend, and it's not constant. Fashion is not constant. It's changed from generation to generations, So when you're not talking of fashion designing, is the person that make it happen, the person that make event, the person. The fashion could be in a different way, Clothing fashion, shoe fashion, bag fashion. But when we are talking of our own, mine is clothing. So is fashion designing is somebody that make a clothes.
Okay, a fashion designer is someone that makes a clothes, which you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the various type of style? There are different styles now, different trends.
Yeah.
So can you just show us some various type of styles?
There are so many fashion styles, and I will start from our culture. Iran Dubai is a fashion style.
Okay.
A skirt and a blouse is a fashion style. Skirt suit, skirt trousers, and bridal gown. Those ones are part of it too. Like I rightly said, there are so many fashion styles that we have. Like the one you are seeing with me. This one is skirt and a blouse. This is a skirt and a blouse, 6 pieces. 6 pieces. This is a wrapper and a skirt. This is a dress, a long dress, and with our local fabric. When we are talking of Ankara and Daviva plain, and there are so many styles. This is a dress too. It's a dress, wrapper and a blouse for Igbo people. And when we talk of so many, a dress, a gown, a short one, both short, and you can get the ones that are not here like trousers suits, and there are so many fashion styles. And you go to Bubu, there are so many ones that we've been wearing before. Bubu, Agbada, those one kaftans. Those one are the fashion styles that we have.
Okay, you said something that caught my fancy. You said dress. You used the word dress. Why do you address those clothes as dress?
There's one thing now. Normally before, in the day of old, the only thing you hear people say is gown. But now, as fashion goes, I told you the other time when I was designing fashion, I told you fashion is not constant, something that keeps on changing. So people nowadays, they believe that when they hear people say gown, it's archaic, it sounds so odd. So people now use dress for gown. They will tell you short dress, long dress, and even when they are telling you to make it, they are not going for gown. They will tell you, I need a dress,
Okay.
So
that's the reigning language.
Yeah.
Certify, fine.
Invoke the hinting,
Okay. Talking about fashion designing, there are some basic materials required. What are these materials?
Fashion designing, you need materials. Like, are you asking me as an apprentice if someone wants to sign in as an apprentice? What
No,
the process is
you
going
are a
to be?
fashion designer.
Yeah.
When you want to start fashion styling,
Okay, as a business.
What materials do you require to have?
You will need a tape rule.
Okay.
You need a tape rule, and this is a tape rule. You need a pair of scissors, and this is scissors. You need reelers, and this is reelers. They call this one reelers. Is inside the shuttle. The shuttle is made with a matching. So you put the reeler inside the shuttle.
Okay.
That's the down tray.
Okay.
That make the clothes to be sewn whenever you are ready to sew your clothes. And this one, they call this one a shuttle, and this one a reeler. And you need scissors too, like I already said. You need thread.
Different types, colors.
Different colors. It depends on the material. It depends on the fabric, the color of the fabric. So we need thread. So those are the material, and we need chalk to mark.
Okay.
Whenever you want to mark a clothes, because when you want to sew a particular dress, maybe skirt and whatever, or a top, whatever, you need to mark, because measurement of that person, you need to mark out before you cut out.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need a chalk that we call it marking chalk, and we need pin. There are some clothes that are so soft that whenever you are cutting them, they will be drawing. So they will be going away from where you are putting them into. So you have to pin them down to make it stable.
I'm seeing something here, a blade.
Yeah, normally, whenever you are walking, you will see maybe there's some way you make mistake. You need to lose a bit and you'll be very careful. So you need so many things to be. Even this one, it's so funny. This one is magnets. If you ask me, why are we using magnets? Because we use pin. Maybe after the day works, you just discover that our pin is almost finished. So you just to beat them on the floor.
Okay. Still talking about the basic materials. Yeah. I've seen two machines here. Yeah. This is a manual machine, right?
This one is manual, but at the same time you can work motor to it to make it electric. Okay. This one is manual. We call it butterfly, black and white. And over there is white one. That one is permanent for electric. That one is electric permanent one. So that one can do embroidery. That one you use that one for embroidery because it has different settings. Yeah. And that one we use is when you want to do buttonhole. That particular one is the one we use for buttonhole when you want to make buttonhole in the shirt. But this one is just a straight. Okay. And this one you are looking at, this one is overlocking. Some people call it, like when I was still in Lagos, I could remember they will come to my shop. They said they use one.
Want to whip?
Good. So funny, I normally forget that. I said whip. Kind of whipping are you talking about? Oh, we want to do overlocking. Okay. So they call it overlocking machine because it's finishing just to make your clothes to look very neat. You use it for the finishing aspect of the clothing. Okay. This overlocking, this one is the least one. Yes, this one they call Babyliss overlocking machine. That one can do outer overlocking. This one is inner overlocking when you want to knit the inner part of the clothes that you've already made.
Okay. Talking about this skill, why did you acquire it? Why didn't you go for catering? Why did you go for art making? Why did you choose fashion designing?
Why fashion designing? Why fashion designing? Actually, there is this philosopher that really says something. He said that when you do what you love doing in life, you are in holiday for the rest of your life. What you love doing, nobody forced you to do it. I love fashion. Fashion is a mean. I'm into it. And the second reason I would say that when God say yes, when God say go this way, God's will. Maybe I'll put it that way. Those two reasons. Okay. I have flair for it, and God says go this way, and I'm following it.
Okay. Yeah. Talking about apprentice learning the skill, how long can it take him or her? Men do learn the skill too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How long can it take an apprentice to acquire the skill?
It depends on individual. It depends. Some can go for at least the least duration is just a month.
A month?
Yeah. And I would say the high duration is for life. Then let me take it that way, because the reason why I said a month is that it depends on you. If you have interest, when your boss is cutting, you say, excuse me, how do you do it? You will ask questions.
Okay, when your boss, right?
Yeah, okay. You will ask questions. By asking questions, you know more. And thank God you've had the interest already that this is what I want to learn, This is the skill I want to acquire. So by doing it won't be difficult for you. Okay. So it depends on individual. That's duration of learning period, it depends. A month, 2 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years, just like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I had an encounter some times ago. I went to a tailor's shop to sew, for him to help me sewing my clothes. Guess what happened?
What happened?
I recognized him as a tailor. Yeah. He was like, no, I'm not a tailor. That is a fashion designer or a fashion stylist. Okay. He now told me there's a difference between being a tailor and a fashion stylist. How true is that? And if truly there's a difference, what is the difference between a tailor and a fashion stylist?
Thank you so much. The difference is just a language. It's the use of English. That's the difference. If you go to Oxford Learning Dictionary, when you go and look for tailor there, tailor is somebody that makes clothes. that meant clothes professionally, that tailor out something. You understand? Tailor is a profession. So it's different language. You can call me a sewing mistress. If you see my card, my card says the mistress in charge. You can call me a sewing mistress. You can call me a tailor. You can call me a fashion designer. I will answer you. But it's just the use of English, because fashion on its own is not a profession. It's just it's just a trend. At a point in time. And when you say a designer, when you are talking of designer, you are talking of a tailor. Yeah.
So that means
it's just different use of language.
So he's wrong about that, right?
It's not that it's wrong. Maybe because the reason why he answered you that way is that he didn't want you to see him as a local tailor. They believe that when just like Fela Ali said,
right?
When you call a woman lady, she know a woman, she no go agree, she go say
I'm a lady.
So he didn't want you to call him a tailor, like a lecturer. Teacher is a teacher anyway, but you still polish the word teacher to be a lecturer. Teach up, So when you call a tailor and he's annoyed with you, then call him a designer, my sister. Maybe he's going to answer.
My last question.
Yes.
What challenges did you face?
Challenges. As a fashion designer, challenges, they are numerous. And you cannot stop having challenges day in, day out, except you don't want to grow. Challenge in this work is just like a driver. Challenge is like a propeller. Challenge is just like a wheelbarrow that puts you forward, that makes you to go beyond where you are. Even the Bible recorded. He said, the water will flow, but it will not carry you. The fire will burn, but it will not kindle you. So, no profession you find yourself that there is, because challenges will keep you. Maybe you bring a dress, and I make a mistake, and you just call me out. Maybe I did not even recognize this as a mistake. And you were like, madam, why is it like this? And I was like, okay, this woman is trying. The next time, I won't make such mistakes to another person. So, it's challenges needs to come, and there are some customers too, some naughty customers. No matter how much you try to satisfy them, they will say, it's as if they are tailoring themselves. They will say, madam, do this, but they are always right. You make sure that, because when you do a very beautiful, perfect job for them, somebody else is going to come through them. Hey, who made your dress, madam? It's so super, so can I have a number? So challenge in any profession is a driver. So it must be continued in whatever one is doing. If it's not continued, you will remain stagnant.
This is the first segment, and to lead us to the second segment of the program, Great Ants. Stay with me, I'll be right back. Welcome back, it's still Great Ants, and this is the second segment when we get to do something on what we are talking about today. And today we're talking about fashion designing. We're going to sew this style. It's called short dress, right?
It's a short dress with a cape.
With a cape.
Yeah. But we are going to change this style a bit. We are going to put insertion at the down of the dress. So that's the only difference that we are going to see in this one that we want to sew.
Okay. So Miss Ellen is here to put us through on how we can achieve this. So over to you. I can see you're ironing the fabric.
The material, yeah.
Okay, why?
Just to make sure that whenever I'm putting my marking, the cutting is going to be neat and straight, there will be no mistakes. Yeah. It's the reason why I'm ironing this is because the fabric is already rough.
It's rough.
So I need to straighten it out before marking what I want to cut. So that's why you see me ironing. And let me have the measurements of the person, please. The first thing you do to this dress is your chalk. We have tailor chalk, but I'm using the normal student's chalk. Yeah. We have tailor chalk, it's just to mark things out. The length of the person we are going to 37. The length of the dress of the person we are going to sew is 37 for the length.
37.
Yeah.
Okay. Viewer out there, note that the measurement is already here.
Yeah.
So we are following this measurement.
Yeah.
You have the length 37, right?
Yeah.
This is bust 30 and
The
a half.
BU is bust.
Okay. W stands for the waist.
Yeah, the waist.
So tell me, God, I don't really know. H stands for
Hip, the hip.
hip.
This
Okay.
one is back.
Back,
Yeah.
okay.
This one is half length.
Half length.
This one is lower bust.
Okay.
This one is sleeve.
Okay.
And this one is round sleeve.
Okay, so we are following this measurement to achieve this short dress.
Yeah. So this is our length. The length is 37 in the measurement book. You are going to add sewing allowance.
Okay.
There's this, we call it sewing allowance. Because normally I'm going to hold at the shoulder and at the same time, because normally dress nowadays, we don't sew it without lining. Because if we sew them without lining, it will stand on the body like the one I'm putting on. It's full lining. That's the reason why it's going to look so fit on me. So because the allowance that we are going to give like half an inch down to turn the lining inside, and at the top to at the shoulder, we are going to, so we are making it 39.
9, okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Sewing allowance both up and down. So you mark it out. That's the length. I'm marking out the length. Let's go to the start somewhere. The next thing, you go to the hip of the person. The hip is 34. You can see this one is more than 34. You reduce the quantity
Okay.
of the fabric so that you won't waste it. Because we are just using 2 years anyway. You are using 2 years for it. So when you are working, you work with efficiency and at the same time, you know how to economize in everything you are doing when it comes to fashion. So I'm going to 39 and still more than 39. The hip, and I will tell you the reason why you consider the hip first, not in order not to waste the fabric.
I think the hip here is 34.
Yes, I know. I'm putting more to it. Now we are there. So the first thing, after taking the length, the whole length, then we go to the back. This is the BK, the back 7. You are taking the back like this, and you put half because of the allowance of sewing again. You mark out the 7. The next thing, after marking out the back, then because of the armhole, this is the armhole, the armpit. We call it armhole. We don't call it armpit, you know. So it's like there's no sleeve because it's sleeveless. So that the brown, this one I'm putting on is mono strap. You understand? There's sleeve, mono sleeve. There's sleeve here, there's no sleeve here.
Okay.
So if I did not cut down very well, you see when I raise up my hand, maybe whenever I want to shout hallelujah, you know, just see my brow side. In order not to see the brow side, the bust is 30 and a half. And 30 and a half, I'm giving the person 40 because I'm going to give the person a bust down.
Okay.
You know, and the sewing allowance by this side. So that's it. The bust is 30 and a half, and I'm giving her 40 here.
But there's a question on my mind. You said the bus is 30, but you are just doing 10.
Yeah. Thank you for that question.
Okay.
What a good student. This you see 10.
Okay.
10 plus 10.
20.
20 good. And 20 plus 20.
40.
40 good. That's what I want to get. But after sewing, it's going to give you the actual 30 and a half. This is just the front that we are still cutting.
Okay.
So this is the half part of the dress. So that's the reason. So that's tie 10. Then I'm going to the half length. The half length of the person is 17. And this is, you put half because you are going to hold at the shoulder, 17. Then you go to the waist, 26. So tight in a person. That's the waist. So from the waist, are you looking at me?
Yeah.
You take another 7 inches out.
Okay.
So take the measurement of the hip.
Okay.
And why that's 7 inches? There is this normally between the different, you know, you take the weight from navel. Yeah.
Okay.
So the difference from navel to where the hip is going to shoot out, you give it the skirt zip
Okay.
is normally 8 inches. The skirt zip that is sold in the market is normally 8 inches. So you make it 7. From that 7 inches, you now take your hip. The hip is 34. Yeah. So because the dress is like a pencil, it pencils. So what you're going to do now, let us mark out all our dots now. Dot, 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 dot. Then you want to mark it out. You bring this one down. You make it angle 90 degree. After that, you join it to this one. Join it again to the hip. Then because it's pencil skirt, you mark it down.
Okay.
That is it. That is the shape. of the person that owns this dress.
Okay.
Then let's go to the neck. The neck is V-neck.
It's V-neck, okay.
The neck is V-neck.
V-neck, that's true.
Yeah. Before you can take anybody's measurements, you ask the person whenever you're taking the measurements, how low do you want your neck? There are some people, they don't like showing their cartilage or their body, they like it covered. So you ask the person, how low do you want the length of the neck to be? So this person will like as low as 10. You understand? Yeah. So just make the V-neck. That is the neck. And don't forget the shoulder. You could say, when you are sewing, look at you. Your shoulder is like this. Okay? There are some people make mistake whenever they are cutting. Cutting is very, very important when you want to sew. When you want to sew, you bring down the shoulder because that's the shape of the body. You make the dress to look like the shape of the body so that it will look fit on that person. So just like half inch, you bring the shoulder down. You notch.
Okay.
You give this place a mark.
Is that what they call notching?
That's what they call notching. Then you open the slit of the zip. Mind you, I said it's kissy painting.
Okay.
I'll just stop where I want the slit to be. I won't open it
To the
the
end.
end, yeah. So 7 inches. Good. That's it. We want to cut the lining for the dress now.
Okay, every dress needs a lining.
Yes.
It's a must.
It depends. Normally, I've never experienced sewing any clothes without lining.
Okay.
I've never, except Iro and Buba. You know, so every dress I made, I must put lining for it to stand very well on the body. And lining, normal people think at times lining is not a fashion, but lining is something that is very, very important when you are wearing clothes. Like you will see men outside, they wear singlet. And what is the purpose of singlet to the clothes we are wearing, to the body? It absorbs the heat the body is generating, the sweat that is coming out, it will make the fabric to last.
Okay, so back to the lining.
So we want to cut
Okay,
our
we'll
lining.
still use
The same thing, whatever what happened to the fabric is what is going to, the same amount of fabric you use for the lining, for the dress you are going to use. Now we've turned the lining both front and the back, and we've joined the shoulders of the dress. Now we are going back to our measurements so that we put the finishing touch to the dress by taking the bust of the person again, so that we know the actual bust. The bust is 35 in our measurements, and this one is giving us 36.
Okay.
So we are bringing out bust of 30.5. So we are going to mark it out and do the joining right at the 30.5. And don't forget the armhole too, because it's sleeveless with a cape. So let's make the armhole to be 8. Yeah. Fixing zip.
Okay.
I want to overlap this one. Now. Because of the type of zip that we are putting just ordinary on our clothes with pendants.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to overlap it. And this is it.
So this is how they overlap
Yes.
zip.
You won't see the zip outside. There are some you don't overlap with. This one I'm overlapping it so that the zip will not be visible. After sewing, we finish sewing the body of the dress, so we are going to fix the cape.
Okay, it's taking shape.
Yes.
So we're talking about we are sewing this
dress.
this dress.
Yes. This is the body of the dress. So we are going to the cape side now.
So what can you tell viewer out there on the skill acquisition?
Yeah, what I can tell the viewer out there, not only the youth this time around, there are some people they call themselves full housewife. Yes, the full housewife. That you do not until daddy comes home. You won't be able to do anything on your own.
Okay.
Not until you see daddy. There are so many things to do. If you know that fashion is too much for you to do, you can now see when you place the catalog, the magazine, the stand inside the magazine on it, you see they are the same. You don't have anything doing. If fashion is not what you like, go for hairdressing. If hairdressing is not what you really cherish, go on something else. Bead making, art making, so many, decoration, cake, everything. You will have something doing with your hands. You won't be idle. It won't be some people are fighting outside. It's the women at home. They will sit there and settle their quarrel. If you are so busy doing something with your hand, you won't have even time to go anywhere and see what is good. So you can say this is the dress now.
Yes, we achieved the style.
Yes.
Exactly with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Princess Ellie,
Yes, you most welcome. Thank you so much
for your time and for tutoring us
It's my pleasure.
on fashion designing.